Tomorrow, we're launching the biggest update that we've ever launched for our game. If you want to go download it for free, link is down in the description. I very much look forward to playing it with all of you. But this is a video I wanted to get out of the way first because I know a lot of you have been wanting me to respond to this, and I figured if I do this video now, then starting tomorrow, I can focus 100% just on playing our game with our new update with you guys. And what this video is going to be about is this. There is a huge problem in the industry right now where a lot of content creators are being paid to make videos about games, and they are not telling people that they are being paid in the videos that they make about those games. More recently, this has been a fairly blatant problem with games like Arena Breakout and Delta Force, but make no mistake, this is a widespread issue that is happening with a lot of different studios. Now, I started posting about this a couple months ago, and it made a lot of people very angry, primarily people who are also in these paid programs, but it got so much attention that even news organizations like PC Gamer started writing articles about it, so at this point, I kind of have to create a response. A lot of influencers who have been responding to me about this situation, such as BigFryTV, who has a video that has over 100,000 views now, thank you very much BigFry, have accused me of lying about this situation and saying that people are not being paid off and not disclosing it, and that I'm making these things up. So, in this video, I am going to very quickly show you everything that not only proves that I'm telling the truth and that I'm not making these things up, but that some of the people who have been accusing me of lying also know that I'm telling the truth and for some reason are still telling you that I'm lying. Why are they doing this? I don't know. You're going to have to ask them that. A few months ago, before Delta Force released on Steam, I put up a post that basically said, hey, Delta Force is paying off creators to cover the game, so maybe don't trust their coverage because they're being paid off and not telling you, which is illegal. There was a lot of influencers who were really mad at me for saying this. A lot of influencers who are also historically in Delta Force's paid programs, but anyways, they said that I was lying. However, merely a few weeks after I made that statement, one of the largest influencers who was in these paid programs came forward and confessed that he had been paid $48,000 to do a review for Delta Force, and he did not disclose that he was being paid $48,000 in that review.
The Delta Force video was sponsored, and I should have made that clear. I didn't. I don't know what I was thinking. There's really no excuse.
Now, even after this, for some reason, a lot of the same influencers that said I was lying continued to double down and said that this was a fluke and there were no other influencers that were being paid off and not disclosing it. All right, here we go. The only reason I even know about these paid influencer programs to begin with is because I myself am an influencer, and I also get invitations to be a part of these paid programs. And when Delta Force was about to launch on Steam, I got an invitation to join the paid Delta Force influencer program, where the headline of the invitation was literally "Invitation of Creator Events, Win Cash Here." Now, the irony of this is I don't think they even know that I am also the CEO of a studio that's making another first-person shooter that's similar to theirs. They just have their automated systems go out and find anybody who covers FPS games above a certain threshold, and they just send out invites. So that's how I get into these programs. I would even go as far to say that nearly every single first-person shooter content creator under the sun got this email as well, including BigFryTV. So why, in his video, he is not describing how this program works, this paid program, is a mystery to me. In his video, he describes this program as a place where creators can just get updates on the game and maybe get a couple of extra keys to give away.
Why he believes this? Well, because I'm in the content creator Discord, a Discord that is used by a ton of different creators to basically just get updates about the game if they're doing giveaways for keys.
No. I can assure you this program is almost entirely dedicated to paying off content creators for coverage. And after I show you what I'm about to show you, I think you will also understand for anyone in this program not to realize that would have to be some form of willful ignorance. When you get this email to join the Discord server, this server is part of their paid creator program called Creator Hub. Using this Creator Hub portal, you can track which videos you can get paid to make using what is literally called a bounties tab, which shows in USD the amount of money that is distributed among creators who create YouTube videos, Twitch streams, TikToks, or other forms of content promoting the game. Now, I would actually have no problem with this if the people who were in these paid programs actually disclosed in videos promoting the game that they are in these paid programs. But as I will show you, I would go as far to say that the majority of content creators in this program do not disclose this at all. Now, one of the reasons Delta Force is such a great example to expose this behavior is because, like I said, there are other studios that absolutely have been doing this, but they're just much better at hiding it. But for whatever reason, Delta Force isn't even hiding it anymore. And you can actually go through and find spreadsheets where they will show month to month which content creators are getting paid what. And the content creators listed in these spreadsheets probably accounts for less than 1% of the total number of content creators that are on payroll or signed up to be paid as part of these programs. But let's go and see how many content creators who are the highest paid on these spreadsheets are actually disclosing whether they're being paid or not when they're making videos covering Delta Force. So to kick this off, we're going to be looking at the spreadsheet for the launch of Delta Force in December, of which the highest paid content creator for that period of time was a YouTuber called Enders. Now keep in mind, big YouTubers like TheActMan may not be listed on this because they have their own exclusive standalone contracts that aren't on these spreadsheets, but those contracts we don't have access to because they're not public. But these spreadsheets, for whatever reason, either because Delta Force made a mistake or maybe they just don't even care anymore, they have made these public. And I will also back up all of these spreadsheets down below, so if they go and delete them, you can still look at them. But let's go see how many times during this period where Enders was in this paid program, let's see how many times he actually disclosed in his videos about Delta Force that he's being paid by Delta Force. December 13th, does he disclose that he's being paid? No. December 14th, does he disclose that he's being paid? I mean, keep in mind, all these videos qualify for this paid program. No. December 15th, disclosure? No. December 16th, any disclosure? No. December 17th, no. December 18th, no. 19th, no. 20th, no. There is not a single disclosure in any of the videos from that month that he got paid to make. And just to remind you that every content creator in this Discord and in this program knows how this program works, here is the announcement detailing how much money you can make for making YouTube videos. Here is an announcement detailing how much money you can make for making Twitch streams. And for the people who are still going to try and argue that this Discord server, this program is somehow just for getting updates of the game, what do you think the percentage of announcements are about just game updates versus how much money you can make for covering the game? Up to 90% of every single announcement is exclusively about how much money you can make for covering the game. That's it. That is all this program is about, is paying off creators. And for anyone who is in this program to not admit that, I would have to say is intentional intellectual dishonesty.
That is used by a ton of different creators to basically just get updates about the game.
So these are paid coverage programs. It's absolutely undeniable. But one of the things that's also more frustrating is that not only are the content creators not disclosing that they're actually in these paid programs, but a large amount of their content revolves around doing hit pieces on other games and then suggesting that people play Delta Force instead while they're in these paid programs for Delta Force, and they're not telling people that they're being paid by Delta Force to cover Delta Force. So, for instance, with Enders, before Delta Force launched on Steam, one of his videos was titled Fuck Battlefield. And you want to know what he talks about in his Fuck Battlefield video?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is potentially it. December 3rd, the day this video is going up, is probably and hopefully the last day that I ever have to play Battlefield 2042. Because tomorrow, December 4th, is when Delta Force releases at 7 p.m. EST.
And, ironically, just before he released all of his later videos where he did not disclose that he was in Delta Force's paid program, his video before that was called Am I a Shill for Delta Force?
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little different. I've been talking about Delta Force quite a bit, but we're going to talk about the game in a different manner. I haven't seen a lot of comments recently. Oh, Ender seems unusually happy, guys. I bet he's shilling Delta Force. Or stupid comments like this where the guy is essentially insinuating that I'm getting paid to shill the game. And this is where I really don't feel I need to defend myself because it's just not happening. However, I've been seeing it a little too much, and I'm going to put my foot down because I'm not all of a sudden going to be called a shill. That's just not how this is going to work on this channel. Most people would ignore it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to crush that immediately.
Enders was the highest paid creator for the YouTube horizontal video program in the month of December. This was released by Delta Force themselves in the Delta Force Creator Program. Let's actually listen to his video on December 13th, and you guys tell me if there's anywhere in this video that he discloses that he's in a paid program with Delta Force.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through one of the best weapons in Delta Force, and it's great because it's also a starter weapon. It's called the SMG-45. I'll be showing you two different variations, walking you through how to build it so you better understand the build if you want to make your own tweaks to it. And if you plan on following Delta Force, guys, I've been streaming on Twitch every single day. Follow my stream, first link in the description. And if you watch a lot of my videos, you may not realize you're not subscribed, so definitely check if you're subbed and hit the like button on this video. A ton of you guys have been asking me to build a ton of different weapons. Don't worry, I will be doing that, so just make sure you have notifications on so you don't miss an upload. I'm going to be pretty much spamming weapon builds at some point on top of other videos, and I'll be making some on Twitch, so maybe you can swing by and ask me to make a build for you, because I do that on stream sometimes. This is the first SMG-40.
A lot of begging for subscribers and reminding people to hit notifications, but I didn't hear any disclosure that he was in a paid program promoting Delta Force, did you? Now, it would take me hours to go through all of the videos and show you all of the instances where content creators are not disclosing that they're paid, and that's just for the content creators listed on these public spreadsheets. But I want to go through at least a good chunk of them, so that way you guys understand that this is a widespread issue, and it's not just in America, it's not just in the UK, it is global. Because Delta Force isn't just paying off English-speaking content creators, they're paying off the whole world. So the second content creator we're going to talk about is the second highest paid content creator for this campaign in the month of December, and this is a Spanish-speaking channel.
Muy buenas a todos y bienvenidos a TheActMan. Tenemos noticias de Delta Force y de su campaña.
This is the same time period, same exact campaign that Enders was on. December 13th, does he disclose that he's in a paid program? No. December 14th, does he disclose? No. December 15th, does he disclose? In any of his other videos, does he disclose? No. But let's keep going. The Beard Guys, he's got 110,000 subscribers. Does he disclose he's being paid? No. And keep in mind, this is the third highest paid individual for this campaign. What about his video on the 17th? Does he disclose? No. What about the 19th? Does he disclose? No. On the 23rd, does he disclose? No. He doesn't.
A ton of different creators.
So, like I said before, I'm going to be backing up these spreadsheets and posting the links to the original spreadsheets as well down in the description. So if you want to go and dig into this rabbit hole yourself, you can. And I will also be getting screenshots of all of the creators' videos and their descriptions. So even if they go back and try and add the disclosures after the fact, you'll at least know at the time of making this video, almost none of them are telling you that they're being paid off by Delta Force to cover Delta Force. But at this point, even though there are many influencers, again, influencers who are also in these programs who see the exact same things that I am seeing, who are trying to tell you that I'm lying, who are trying to tell you that I have a mental illness and I'm delusional, I can assure you that I am not. I have posted a exhaustive amount of evidence. So I don't think there is any question any longer as to whether these programs exist or that there are people who are not disclosing that they're being paid off, as well as doing hit pieces on other games that are competing with people that they're being paid off to promote. At this point, you shouldn't be asking the question, do these programs exist? Because they do. The question you should be asking is, why are some of your favorite content creators, like BigFryTV, going out of their way to lie and attack me when they know that I'm telling the truth? BigFryTV has all of the exact same access that I have, probably even more, to some of these programs. He can see the same things that I see. He can see the exact same spreadsheets and the exact same deals that I see going out. But he's not telling you. Why? Even in his video about me, when we get to the section about TheActMan not disclosing that he was paid to promote Delta Force, Big Fry even says he met TheActMan at these paid events, which I know because I was at those paid events too, and I saw them meet, and he was disappointed when TheActMan didn't disclose that he was paid to make a Delta Force review.
To be clear, the Delta Force video was sponsored, and I should have made that clear.
Yeah, dude, honestly, this one definitely took a chip out of me when it came to TheActMan. Big fan, met him in New York, had a nice chat with him. Seeing him do this, especially during this time where Blue Drake was trying to get at me for doing what TheActMan actually did, that one pissed me off.
So where is his video about the TheActMan? Where is his video about these Delta Force paid programs where people are promoting the game and not disclosing it? Why is he making a hit piece on me, the person who is trying to expose this, and not on the people who he knows are doing this? That's a great question. After seeing all of this go down with Delta Force, where I see all of these undisclosed paid content creators, and there is a lot of them, and those are only the ones that we can see when Delta Force stupidly puts out their spreadsheets about it. Who knows how many more are going on under the table? And after I also saw people like Enders doing hit pieces on Battlefield and promoting Delta Force instead, but then going on to not disclose that they're being paid by Delta Force, I put up a post that says, if you're going to do that to me, we're going to have legal issues, because what you're doing is illegal. And if you do that to our studio, I'm going to hold you accountable. Now, after that, there is a whole bunch of content creators, again, a lot of whom are actually in these programs, who really went after me, saying that I hate getting negative reviews, that I'm going after content creators, and all of these other negative smear campaigns to try and besmirch my character. When the reality of the matter is, I just don't like people breaking the law and being dishonest. I actually like negative criticism of our game. The way I see it is, that is free QA work. If you are making a video about our game and you're honest about the things that you see and what you think should be changed, that's free testing. I can turn that into bug reports. I can turn that into feature requests. Why would I not appreciate that? Seriously, that's something I'd have to pay a tester to do. What I don't like is watching a video of somebody giving negative feedback, and then a few months later, I find out that when they were doing a review of our game and saying another game was better, and it turns out that they were paid off by that game, that is a waste of my time and everyone else's time. You should be disclosing that you're being paid. It's the law. Now, the only reason that I can think of as to why BigFry has a problem with me is because in the past, we have criticized one another for breaking FTC law, which again, I have no problem with. If you think I have broken the law, call me out. But his understanding of the law is wrong. And the reason I believe this isn't because it's a personal opinion. I have consulted with multiple attorneys, in addition to random attorneys that have come out of the woodwork after his video and have confirmed to me that my interpretation of FTC law is correct. His interpretation is wrong. BigFryTV believes, for whatever reason, that if you sign a multi-$1,000 contract with a studio for a single sponsored video, or if you are in programs like this where there is paid prize money on the table but not for any single sponsored video, you do not have to disclose that and any other videos covering that game that you were paid to promote, except for the video that the studio says they want you to disclose as sponsored. That is not correct.
Okay.
If you go and look at the FTC guideline,
Well, why don't you show it? You keep mentioning it. Show it on screen. Oh, you can't, can you?
Section 255.5, and I will link this down below in the description for anyone who wants to read this themselves. Disclosure of material connections. When there exists a connection between the endorser and the seller of the advertised products that might materially affect the weight of credibility of the endorsement, and that connection is not reasonably expected by the audience, such connection must be disclosed clearly and conspicuously. Not just when they tell you to disclose it, not just when you think that you should disclose it, not just for the video that you were paid for, any video about that product while you were under contract with that studio, and maybe honestly a little bit after that contract is finished, you need to be disclosing that you have a material connection, such as money, with that company. And then there are some other influencers that try to say things like, oh, the Delta Force campaigns don't count because some of them are competitions and you have to get the most YouTube views or the most Twitch streams in order to win. So I don't know if I'm going to get paid, and it doesn't count. Material connections can also include other benefits to the endorser, such as early access to a product or the possibility of being paid, such as winning a prize. And that's the funniest thing. You don't even actually have to get paid. But all of these Delta Force campaigns where they very clearly say $200,000 USD prize money, if you were signed up to that program at all and you have any chance of winning that money, you need to be disclosing that in all of your videos about Delta Force while you're in that program. if you're mad at me and you're going to try and review bomb my game or go after me in some other way because you're upset at this, then quite frankly, that's only proving my point, because the last thing that I said is that content creators are doing hit pieces on companies that aren't paying them off. What are you all doing to me right now while I'm sitting here trying to call you out for breaking the law? You're doing hit pieces on me because I'm trying to expose you. That just proves my point.
What proof does he have of this? Well, of course, he doesn't fucking have any.
Now, Big Fry is upset about this because if I am right, then that would mean that a lot of the things that he has done in the past were a violation of FTC law. He has called me out for violating FTC law in the past, and that was actually one of the reasons that I looked into this and hired attorneys to look into this for me. And after I looked into it and I talked to them, I was like, man, if this is true, then that would mean like almost everybody I work with is breaking the law constantly, and nobody knows about this. I tried to tell Big Fry about this, and predictably, he called me an idiot. But I'm not. If you guys want to go and talk to an attorney and confirm everything that I've said in this video, feel free. There are random attorneys who have even posted on Twitter confirming everything that I've said. I don't know what to tell you. There are some people who have said that this doesn't count because they're not American citizens. If posting from abroad, U.S. law applies if it's reasonably foreseeable that the post will affect U.S. consumers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. You're in the wrong on this, and I don't know what else to tell you. I'm sorry. And, you know, I know there's a lot of people that are like, why do you care so much about FTC law? Look, some of your all's channels are explicitly dedicated to calling out developers who break the law. So for now to say, oh, the law doesn't matter when it affects you, it's just the height of hypocrisy. But at the end of all of this, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is I am a developer of a game and I am an influencer. I have been seeing a whole bunch of companies, especially companies outside of the United States, that are coming into this industry and are just straight up breaking the law and cheating. All right? That pisses me off. Because even if these studios are much bigger than me, it would be great if our studio could compete with them on a level playing field where they don't get to cheat somehow and have these illegal paid programs where they're paying off people to have coverage of their game without anybody disclosing it. And what? We're supposed to not do that? What if I started an Operation Harsh Doorstop creator program where I handed out lottery tickets to everyone who positively reviews the game, and then they didn't tell anybody that we were doing that? Am I allowed to do that? No. And that's the thing, man. Look, our studio, we don't pay influencers for coverage. We will never pay influencers for coverage. And even if we ever were to, the return on investment for paying off influencers is got to start depreciating, because everybody is so numb to influencers being paid off and lying about it that I don't even think it helps your brand to pay off influencers anymore, because everybody is just so fine-tuned to detect influencers that are sellouts that as soon as you pay them off, it's just obvious that you're paying them off. I would rather have an influencer put up a video just hating on our game, but actually being honest about it, than having an influencer who has a reputation of being paid off praising our brand. I actually think that an influencer who's honestly being negative about our game probably helps our game more than influencers who have a reputation of being paid off being positive about our game. That's seriously where we're at as an industry at this point. So, look, guys, I just want everybody to obey the law. People have called me out for stuff in the past. I've course corrected. This should be the exact same scenario. You all should be on my side, and it's ridiculous that you aren't. I actually think that just goes to show how far we have fallen as an industry. Because I'm telling you right now, if you are going to accuse people of being in the wrong, my man, it ain't me. And if anybody wants me to walk back and apologize for everything that I've said, man, hire an attorney and have them convince my attorneys that I'm wrong. And I will put up an apology video and I will walk back on every single public statement that I've made. But I'm not wrong. If anybody wants to research this themselves, I'll put all of the evidence down in the description, and I stand by everything I've said. If you're going to cover our game and you're paid off by a competitor and you're going to do a hit piece on our game and promote that competitor's product instead while not disclosing that you're being paid off, I'm going to fuck you up legally. And not only would I go after you, but if you all keep doing this, what's going to happen is there's going to be a class action lawsuit against you all. You know that's coming, right? If you keep doing this, it's not going to be me suing you. It's going to be all of your viewers suing you because a lawyer is going to figure out that there's a class action lawsuit here and there's money to be made. And when that happens and they reach out to me to give them all the evidence that I have, I'm going to give it to them. Especially when you guys go around accusing me and people that are trying to expose you as having mental illnesses that you know we don't have because you're desperately trying to cover this up because deep down I think you know you're breaking the law. I've had some content creators like threaten defamation lawsuits. Dude, you want to talk about a defamation lawsuit? Once you guys talk to an attorney and you figure out that you're in the wrong, everything that you've said about me, that's the defamation. I still remember in 2017 when the gaming community came together and we actually forced Electronic Arts to take loot boxes out of their game. And now ever since then, it seems like everybody has switched to the other side, where you guys are jumping in front of the bullet trying to protect foreign studios that are just openly breaking the law. But I'm the one that's fallen somehow? Doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, our game, huge update, comes out tomorrow. That's what I'm looking forward to playing. And if you're going to make content about our game, negative or positive, I don't mind. Just make sure it's honest. And if you're being paid off, just be transparent about that. And we're good. That's a super reasonable request. Besides that, thanks so much for watching. For the people who follow my channel who are more interested in OHD and more interested in game development, don't care about drama or politics or legal stuff, I'm very sorry. And hopefully I'll make it up to you by seeing you in the battlefield here soon and making a bunch of dope content about game development and our game. Oh, and make sure you go follow me on Twitter because I'm actually posting a lot more there because I think YouTube is really having problems lately. So I might spend some more time on a few other social media platforms. If you want to follow me on those, please do. All right. See you guys again soon.